Here is a quick little hack that will help you to get amazing contacts and to be able to meet amazing people. In this episode, I'm going to talk about something that I learned years ago that has helped me to get well over $1 billion worth of contacts on my phone, to be able to connect with professional athletes and amazing people all around the world, because I learned this little secret that most people don't know. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Michael Mojo. I own Mojo Human Performance Institute. We focus on business, mindset, and lifestyle hacking for driven mofos. And the reason why I do these videos is because most people will waste their life, and I just don't want you to be one of them. So this little tip that I learned years ago was all about connecting with people, and it's one of my highest values. I love connecting with people. I love hanging out with cool people, and I love being around people who are doing cool shit in life. And so that has led me to try to figure out how to be able to connect with those people. In this day and age, we have amazing opportunities like social media where you can connect with people, or LinkedIn, or emails where we can connect with people, or even business cards and phone numbers. Now, back in the day, you might not have been able to have those things, maybe business cards, but you weren't able to just get on Facebook and talk to people that you want to connect with. But what I find consistently is that the biggest mistake that people make when they're trying to connect with people is that they think that what they think is important to the person that they're connecting with, and it's not. On an average week, I get multiple people who send me messages and they say things like, Michael, I would love to hang out. I would love to connect. I would love to grab a coffee. I would love to shout you dinner. I would love to pick your brain. And 99.9% of the time, the answer is no. The two most valuable things that I have is time. The second most valuable thing I have is my knowledge. I've spent over $1 million on study, and I've traveled the world to learn what I've learned. And so when someone says, can I pick your brain? That's like a fucking red flag for me, because I know that what they want is they want my most valuable asset, which is my time. I'm going to spend an hour to an hour and a half having my brain picked of information that's cost me millions of dollars. So for a $15 meal or a $5 coffee, it's not really worth it. So the answer is normally no. Now, for most driven people I know, the answer is normally no. And they get so many people that message them on a daily or a weekly basis, especially when you're doing well in business. And they get messages as well like, I would love to catch up. I would love to hang out. How about we grab a bite to eat, without really understanding what's important to that person. If you just do a little bit of background work and you start finding out what's important to them, you can go and you can tackle that conversation in a completely different way by understanding what they're trying to achieve. Now, for me, what I'm trying to achieve is I want to scale our business to a global level where I can educate tens of thousands of people every year to live a better life and to play above the line. I want awesomeness to be the average. I don't want people to just like cruise through life and get to retirement and realize that they wasted their whole fucking life. I don't want people to live struggling financially. I don't want to have a whole bunch of people in life be overweight and obese, which is the average in our society at the moment. I don't like any of those things. I think that sucks. I think mediocrity is the most shit thing that people can try to aim for in life. Like, mediocrity sucks. I want people to go and do cool shit in their life, and whatever that means to them. And I want to give them the tools to be able to do that by not only understanding themselves better, but by giving them tools to consistently excel, both mentally, physically, with their mindset and with their businesses. I love hanging out with people that are driven. So that's my big goal. So when I get a message of someone that says, can I essentially waste your time, and can I essentially take your knowledge, which essentially is saying, can I take your money? The answer is probably going to be a no. But if someone does their background research and they come along and they say, hey, look, I've found a way of putting 50 bums on your seat at your next event. I already know the cost of the event. I know when the next date is. How can we have a chat so we can figure out how to do this together? Man, that person has my 100% attention. I'm ready to rock and roll. I will fucking call you. Right? So that's the difference. So what I normally do is if I want to connect with someone, I do a bit of background research about them. I go and look through their LinkedIn. I look through all their socials. I try to figure out their values. I try to figure out what they're trying to achieve. And then I go to them with some sort of a proposition that is helping them to achieve what they want and removing stress and time. Because I know if I want an hour of their time, I need to make 2, 3, 4 hours of time for them. And so if I can do that by taking on some of that work and giving them something that's simple that they go, wow, this is massively beneficial, they're going to want to spend time with me. And so that has been the way that I've created contacts that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. And they're some of my closest friends now. Like, I have cigar and wine nights at my house. I don't smoke, but I have cigar and wine nights at our house, and I put on, we live on the lake here. So I put on like a dinner and invite all those people around and connect everybody. So I become a massive connector of people, and I try and help everyone do business. In our Odyssey Business Mastermind, my goal is to get people who own businesses there to connect and do work with each other, because when they do, they'll all make money. And I know that only recently we've had the two people who own different businesses businesses. One of them just did $1 million contract with one of the other business owners to come in for a job. And so both of them are going to make a lot of money on this deal, but that was through connecting people. So when you do that as well, and you start showing people that you're the connector, that you're the person that can add value to their life, that you're the person that can help them to get their dreams and their goals and their ambitions, they're going to be the person who wants to come to you and wants to spend time with you, not the other way around. And what tends to happen is that most people think that what's important to them is important to everybody. Now, I get this when charities ring me up and they say, Michael, we've got kids in Africa and shit like that, and we would love for you to help and we'd love for you to support. My answer is normally no. Not because that cause isn't important. It's just not important to me. That's not the cause that I have in life. I help a lot of people. And I have things that I support, but I can't support everything and I can't support every person in a way where there's an output without an input. And so when a lot of charities come to me, they're not trying to help me to achieve what I want. And they're not saying, well, we want to achieve this as well, which is important to us. They're just trying to make me feel guilty, or they're saying this is important to us, so therefore it should be important to you. And it's not. And that's the reason why most people don't excel in their relationships and most people don't get what they want out of others, because they're more concerned about themselves than what the other person's trying to get. If you understand the other person better than they understand themselves, you're going to win. Now, as a coach, this is also super important because, as a highly paid mental performance coach, what I find is that if someone says, Michael, I've got a referral I want to send you, one of the first things I go and do is look up as much information as I can about them, go look through all their socials, go and have a look online. I Google their background. I read everything that I can about that person so that by the time I get in contact with them, I already know more about them than they know about themselves in most cases. So I can start to navigate their problems and show them that I have value and I have the answer to what they're trying to get. And so I can help them to get that. And when you do that, normally they'll pay you well as well. So these are just some of the things to think about. I hope that helps because this is something that I see I see it almost every day where I get messages on social media. Michael, I'd love to pick your brain. Michael, I'd love to catch up for a coffee. Michael, I'd love to hang out. And I know a lot of business owners go through this. I know a lot of highly successful people go through this, and it's just shit having an inbox with stuff like that, because essentially those people are essentially saying, I have something that's important to me and I haven't even thought about you and what's important to you. And that comes across in those messages. Whereas a message that comes across and reads, hey, I've got something for you that I know is really important to you, and that this is going to be the thing that's going to help you in your life to get what you want, and I'm going to give that to you, and I'm a great person for doing that. When your messages come across in that way, I guarantee those people want to connect with you. Okay. Anyway, I may have exaggerated that a little bit there and sound like a bit of a wanker, but you get the drift anyway. So again, the same thing happens in sales. If you're selling stuff to people and it's all about you and not about the customer, then the customer's going to say no and your sales are going to suck. If you come across and you understand more about the customer than the customer understands about themselves, and you've helped them to understand their processes and so on, what's getting them stuck and how you can help them, and that you've got the answer, you'll get sales. So anyway, I hope that helps everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share, once again, because most people will waste their life and I just don't want you to be one of them. So remember, Driven Mofos, never underestimate the dream. Please go out there, please share this podcast and keep crushing it. Anyway, peace out for now, everyone.